version of the hip hop. Hooked up for cash, I gotta give me a beat. Get on the stage and let the hit drop. I seen the local hits flop. My talent's never a question, and out of town they steady screaming that my shit's hot. The radio will get pop. That's why I'm changing the station. Man, they only play the songs that's with the hit drop. They trying to keep the shit locked. So I'ma get up out of town with the gang and let my homies know.
What up, what up, what up? Hey, welcome back to another episode of The Thuggin Chef. Okay, now check this out. All my homeboys and all my friends, everybody was just like, hey, why don't you do something simple on The Thuggin Chef? You know what I'm saying? You always cooking all that fancy stuff, man. Ain't got no tarragon in my crib, man. So I'm like, all right, you know what you want? He's like, man, why don't you make something like some fried chicken or baked macaroni and cheese or something like that? So I said, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do something simple today for y'all. We ain't gonna do it all fancy. We're just gonna do it straight up, man, old school style. Fried chicken. Matter of fact, let's make that some paprika fried chicken. Some baked macaroni and cheese. Top that with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Let's throw some spinach up in there, and then we'll go ahead and do some cabbage and corn and top that with crispy pancetta. You know, just put a little bit of a twist on it. So let's go ahead and get started. Come on in. You know, as always, you know how I tell you, mi casa, su casa. So come on in here. Now, what I got first here, I got a couple of tablespoons of melted butter. Got that in my pan. People have all these different variations of baked macaroni and cheese, so I'm gonna just do mine today. So what I'm gonna do is add in, I'd say about 2 tablespoons of flour up in there to my 2 tablespoons of butter. Put a little bit more up in there. So we'll go ahead, make ourselves a nice roux here. Come on in and check it out. Wait to see what this looks like. It's very important. So get a nice roux going there. Go ahead, make sure you dissolve all that flour up into the butter. You don't want lumpy macaroni and cheese. You don't want that. You want it to be like a nice smooth sauce. Now some people just, you can make it like a casserole style or whatever, however you want to do it. This is how we're going to do it today, my variation. So, okay, so I've dissolved that flour down in there. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add about 2 cups of milk. Look at that. Yeah. Put my 2 cups of milk up in there. Turn that up some. I'll go ahead and crank that up to high. Get it to a nice boil. Then I'll reduce it down. Let it go ahead and simmer for a minute. Reason being, if you were to just go ahead and put it in there right now with the flour like that, it's going to taste a little bit too floury. So you want to let that flour cook up out of there. Yeah. It's going down today in The Thuggin Chef, the baked macaroni and cheese. So, anyways, we'll let that milk go. Now, I've already went ahead and cooked off some macaroni. That's what you want to do. You don't need to cook it all the way. You want it to be a little bit firm. You want it to be a little bit firm. And, you know, I cooked that off. So, we're going to let that thicken up a little bit. Get it nice. So, I'll go ahead and turn that down. We'll let that go. Anyways, while we're letting that go, turn it down to medium, a little bit less than medium. Let that go for about 10 minutes. And let's go ahead and work on the fried chicken. Go ahead and season up that paprika fried chicken. Everybody likes fried chicken, right? Who doesn't? Who does not like fried chicken? I don't know. So, now we've got the chicken here. We're going to start with a nice, generous amount of salt. Nice amount. Don't get too crazy with it though. Nice generous amount of salt. Okay. Now what I like to do with my fried chicken is I put a lot of different seasonings on there. Now, let's go ahead and put some paprika on there. You can't do paprika fried chicken without the paprika, right? Put the Lowry's down. We're not talking about Lowry's now. So I'm going to go ahead and put my paprika on there. Yeah, that's nice. And you know, I can go ahead and get my oil. You want to have your oil nice and hot too. So I'm going to go ahead and crank my oil up there. Get that going. Now you see I got my sauce going here real nice. Let that go for about 10 minutes. Turn my oil up, heat that up. But you don't want to have it too high. So anyways, let's get back to the chicken. Now what I like to do, I like to add a little bit of cayenne pepper, give it some kick. But don't go too crazy with the cayenne pepper. I put like about a teaspoon in my hand and just, you know, just sprinkle some on there. You know, not too much. To get a nice amount. Make it nice and spicy. Why not? Oh yeah, that's it. So we got some cayenne pepper. Let's put some fresh black pepper on there. Lots of seasonings, lots of seasonings. A little bit of garlic salt. Uh-oh. Excuse me. Wow. I'm gonna go ahead and wash my hands after that one. Just, you know, you want to be sanitary. Even though I didn't touch my face or anything, you still want it to be sanitary. Okay. So, all right. Back to my chicken. Let's put a little bit more of this. This is just called the spike. You can pretty much put whatever you want. You can put some garlic powder, whatever you're working with. I got a little bit of white pepper here. Put a little bit of that on there. Adds a little bit different flavor. I got some onion herb powder. Whoa, it's a little bit chunky here, isn't it? Anyways, so I pretty much got it nice and seasoned up now. Let's go ahead and turn all those pieces over. You want to go ahead and dry your chicken off with a paper towel so the herbs and the seasonings stick on it too. That's what I like to do. So, there you go. Now, let's go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Start with a little bit of our kosher salt. Okay, we've got our chicken seasoned up. Let's check on our sauce over here for our macaroni and cheese. Oh, that's good to go. That's nice. That's very nice. Let's turn it down. You won't want it to get too high now. You don't want it to get too high. So, now, we went ahead and we got that sauce cooked down there. So at this point, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and add our cheese. Yeah, we're going to add our cheese. Now, what I want to do is I want to put a bay leaf in here. You can do different things. I'm going to put a bay leaf in there, and actually, I grated up a little bit of fresh onion. Only about a tablespoon, though. Not too much. It adds just a little bit of a different kind of a twist to it, to your macaroni and cheese. So, just put that bay leaf in there for a second. Get a little bit of that flavor in there. Okay, I'm going to take that out of there. Anyways, so let's get back to our macaroni and cheese. Now, I got some shredded sharp cheddar cheese, Monterey Jack. Let's throw that in there. You don't have to put all of it in there. I'm going to save a little bit to top the macaroni with later. So I've got my shredded cheddar. Then I've got a little bit, I'm going to top with a little bit of Parmesan, but I've got a little bit of shredded mozzarella here. Let's go ahead and throw some of that in there. It's going to be really good. And what you want to do, preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Have it ready to go. So you can go ahead and just throw it in the oven and it'll be nice and hot. Now, I don't care what anybody says. Now, I like to throw in a little bit of Velveeta. Yeah, you know, when I was at school, my chef instructors were like, oh, Velveeta's not cheese. Sitting up hating on Velveeta like that. It is cheese. I like it. Yeah. So I'm going to throw in a couple of slices of Velveeta because I like it because it's kind of smooth. Adds a little bit of a creamy dimension to it. 3 slices. Make it real cheesy. So, anyways, now I've got that in there. I'm going to go ahead and mix that up.